You see these these beautiful wraparound porches here. You see, and it has granite on the first story. Now I guess you know that Norm lives right here.
Yeah.
The party house.
And that's what I told them. It's the party house.
It's the party house. You know, Norm had such a career in acting in New York, and then to come to Mayberry, I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is First Presbyterian Church, built from the granite quarry. You notice that granite has a real rough surface, so that was chiseled out. Now, years later, they discovered how to saw the granite, and here is our town hall, built many years after those churches, obviously, but it's in that smoother finish. The granite's gonna look real blotchy because of the rain, but can't do anything about that. Now, at my advanced age, I almost refuse to look in a mirror because I see that rough textured look that this granite looks like. I was born straight out just beyond those cars there in the old Mount Airy Hospital, but I was raised in Slate Mountain, which is about 7 miles outside of town. That was notorious for having the best corn liquor that has ever been made. Not that I would know.
Oh, of course not.
Of course not. But, and yeah, at one time or another, there were 9 moonshine stills behind our house.
Oh, wow.
When they blew up the last one, we all cried. And I felt like it was going to tear off the back side of our little 4-room house. Now, this building, and of course they ran the water out to the fountain here for the men to drink, maybe have a canteen for water for the day, and then they would water their horses at the water trough right here. You see it right there out toward us. At the end of the day, they would just go back the same way and get water for the journey home. Now, this was the home office. I'm going to borrow your rag right here, please. This was the home office of the quarry until Lux Stone bought the quarry. Now the home office is over there across town. But isn't this a magnificent building?
It is pretty.
That was built in 1928, so if my math is correct, it's 98 years old. Still looks like new. Our granite density is 135 pounds per cubic foot. So it's so dense, dirt and grime doesn't stick to it. Now this over here is because of the moss, because of the trees. If it had sunlight, it would be bright too. The mortar mix is all original. Generally, a mortar in historic buildings starts deteriorating after about 50 to 60 years, maybe a little later. But this mortar is like new because the masons knew that if they mixed granite dust in their mortar, then it would become just as hard as the granite itself. Now there's the quarry. It's 90 acres of mining. When the quarry opened in 1889, and there's many photos and paintings that show the quarry at the beginning, and it was a large dome at that time, and it's been mined down to this point now. Lux Stone is getting it back up into operation. They've been working there today, but they didn't get out on the quarry itself. They were working, you know, doing maybe carvings or sculptures or something down here in these buildings. Now, I'm very proud to say we're very progressive here in Mount Airy. Not only 1 electric charging station, but 2 charging stations, and neither has ever been used.
Yeah.
Now, I told my owner of this car, I said, let's try putting one of those wired charger things in our gas tanks and turn them on and see if they fill up with gas. I don't think so, right?
Probably not.
It'd be a boom like you never heard. All that money.
Series 63 or?
It ran from 60 to 68. Now our owner has a 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, all restored. And because of the rain, we were running 4, but our trips got, a little bit laxed. So I think there's 3 of us.
What was the one car that was there in front of this one?
In front of 61.
And this is the 63.
Okay.
I washed my car yesterday too. I guess it's why it rained.
Well, see, yesterday when I came on duty, it was dusty. The guy before me didn't dust it down, and so we got that little sprinkle of rain, and this car looked like it had been through a war outside. The paint looked awful with that.
Breaking to fill up with gas. The guys left me alone in the car. It's a rainy day in Mayberry. Riding in the 1963 squad car.
Yeah, he coached you about all man.
They are very, very sought after homes. Originally, when they were built, these were the elite of Mount Airy. Your doctors, lawyers, all professional people. The granite building out here on the right with the green roof was the owner of the quarry. He had that built for him and his family. These homes today, they range from 3,000 square feet to 6,000 square feet. They're very expensive, at least I think so. The last one that was sold was this granite home right here. A lady 80 years old moved to Mount Airy and bought it. She's a widow, and she paid $600 and somewhere between $600,000 and $700,000.
Wow. I like the ones on South Main too. On that, that end, they're pretty. About the same size, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Well, Norm's is a big house.
Yeah.
I think he said that his house was built in the late 1800s. Yeah. Well, it's going to be taken over, and it's going to be a men's shelter. Unfortunately, we have men brought into town, maybe drug addicts or homeless, by other towns. Clean streets and sidewalks. You don't see boarded up windows. If you do, it's a new business getting ready to come in.
Yeah, there's almost all the storefronts got something in them.
Sure. Now, who do we owe that to? Could it be Andy Griffith? Now, just imagine if there had never been an Andy Griffith. He had never been born. Would you be with me today in this squad car?
No.
More than likely not. Would you see all these storefronts with vibrant businesses in it? Probably not. But because of Andy Griffith and his influence all over the world. Now, we get people from all over the world that come and do this and experience Mayberry. And so, yeah, it would be a different world here if it weren't for Andy.
Yeah, I'm an Andy girl, 100%.
100%. I thought maybe you were an Otis girl.
Nah.
Poor old Otis. You know, his name was Hal Smith.
Yeah.
And before he died, while he was still in good health, he would just show up. I mean, it didn't have to be a festival. In fact, he didn't come to the festivals. Like a day like today, but maybe a sunny day. He would just show up.
And he didn't drink, did he?
No, never. Alcohol never touched his lips.
Now, this used to be the original jail,
Yeah.
didn't it? Because I went in that years and years ago.
Right there.
Yep.
That's where the police department used to be years ago, and that's where the jail. Actually, when I was 14 years old, I was taken by a state trooper into that jail. Yeah, a little story behind that. And my daddy had to come and get me out.
Oh gosh.
I was with my cousin, who was 16 and had his driver's license, and we turned around in a gravel parking lot up on West Lebanon Street, and his tires spun a little bit on the gravel, and then when it hit pavement, it went whoop, and there was a highway patrol sitting over there, and he pulled us over.
Oh my gosh.
Took us both to jail.
At 14.
Yeah, my cousin was 16.
Wow.
To just try, you know, to keep us from being reckless. No. What are you doing? There you go. Here's Andy.
Keep going.
I was getting ready to have a hooker fit.
There they go.
Yeah. This, of course, is Andy throughout his acting career. From Broadway on the left, Andy Taylor, the Sheriff of Mayberry, in the center, and of course Ben Matlock out on the right. This was painted by Brian Lewis. It's probably been about 4 years ago. He's an artist from Greensboro, North Carolina, and he painted this all with aerosol spray cans.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I guess that bus is just going to keep going until it just pushes the car out of the way, isn't it?
I think it's going to keep making your day longer.
I think so.
It's twice now. He's got you.
I know. All right, we've got come back up to Main Street. Have you eaten at that deli right there?
I haven't.
State of Grace. Ooh,
Are they good?
Yes.
We ate at Loaded Goat earlier.
At that State of Grace, they have a bean bowl, a high protein bowl. Has a lot of beans and all that good stuff in it. And you can actually make a couple of meals out of it. And it's really good. I have. Franklin Street will be open hopefully soon. They've reconstructed the street. It'll be one way. Did you know that, April?
Is it?
Going down. There won't be any up.
Oh, okay.
Because they're going to put parking places in an angle going down there.
Okay.
Donna Fargo.
Yeah.
Y'all way too young to remember her, but she was the #1 country music star. You got it, brother. She was born right here. And I grew up on her daddy's farm, who was the biggest moonshiner in our county.
Wow.
People used to ask her after she became famous and did interviews on TV and all, they'd say, well, we understand that your daddy was a bootlegger. What did you think about that? She said, well, all I can say, it gave me a great college education.
I hate that Walker's closed.
Floyd's Barbershop.
Floyd's, yep.
And Snappy Lunch. Yeah, Walker's, they retired. And there's this, I don't know, this family that has bought office out Pine Street, but it's the run in, run out strip mall type.
This one's pretty on the inside.
Oh yes, a lot of old architecture in it, you know.
Yeah.
Here's our war memorial dedicated to all our fallen soldiers from the area. Kind of blotchy because of the rain. Yeah. Sorry about that. The public library is on the left, so all of this is granite.
Except it's
And the police department. And the Andy Griffith Museum.
Now, when's the playhouse going to be finished? It's been months, hasn't it?
Well, as they say, they ran into granite. Can you imagine running into granite in Mount Airy? And they busted granite up for 3 weeks.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Now the new entrance is going down that way to the museum, and then the statue. But to answer your question, I was told it's supposed to be finished by Mayberry days.
Yeah.
There is no way under the sun.
It's a mess.
It's a mess.
Do you do the Colonel Tim's Talent Time at the Saturday night?
I was in that competition one year, came in second. And so I said, if I didn't win, I ain't going back. I'll take my toys and go home.
I just wonder though, because it's the finale of the Mayberry days,
yeah,
and then how are you going to get in that front if it's not done?
Exactly. They may have to do it at the Earl Theater downtown.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know. I'm just.
Is it open at all?
Pardon me?
Is it open?
Well, they tell me you can go in from the back side, but you need to check with the museum that said when it's open.
On Andy's 100th birthday celebration, I did all the stuff here, and they had a tour of the playhouse. So we went in a side door, so you can get in. Here's Andy's house. Okay. So if you look for the water tower, and it's to the left, this is the second on the right. I'll tell everybody I could give tours here. I've picked such, and I have. And I love seeing visitors when they come and they ask me stuff. It's like they know I live here, I guess.
Well, you sound like you live here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm country.
No, you're Southern and very proud.
That's right. And I still get a kick out of seeing all this stuff, even though I've done it a million times.
Well, you can come ride me anytime.
Well, I might take you up on that. Here's his house.
Go ahead and tell them about it.
Okay. It's now a bed and breakfast. Or not a bed and breakfast. You can rent it for, what, $250?
Well, it is a bed and breakfast, but somebody told me you're going to 3 now.
$300. Oh, wow.
Yeah, $300.
And
the entire house.
So when Andy lived here with his family, it was only a 3-room, right?
Yeah,
3-room?
and he and he was an only child.
Right.
So it was a very small family.
And this part is new, right? Since they moved out?
Well, according to the roof line up there, that at least part of that was added on.
Right, after they moved.
Now, Andy lived here for 9 years himself until he graduated from high school at Mount Airy and went to University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill Drama School. His parents remained here, of course. Now, Andy would visit every opportunity, but the space between visits was getting greater and greater because of his popularity.
Mm-hmm.
He was pulled in every direction out in California, for movies, and he was doing the Andy Griffith Show at that time in 1966. Yeah, and so his visits were getting very slim, and he hated that. He loved his parents.
Yeah.
So in 1966, he bought a piece of property out there in the Los Angeles area where he lived, and it was right near him in the neighborhood, and he built them a new house, and they moved out to California, and never returned. Now, a lot of people got mad because he didn't bring his parents back here as they passed away and being buried locally. They were from here, right?
Yeah.
Well, Andy, I think, had a thought about that. Well, if he had their funerals here, it would be a circus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There would people that would drive for miles and miles just to see Andy and probably couldn't even tell you his parents' name. He wasn't going to have that.
Now, there's a street named after his dad, right?
Yeah.
A couple of streets down Carl.
Well, it's right there near the museum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carl Griffith. And so, and if he had buried them here, their graves then would be a tourist attraction.
Right.
So he just nipped it in the bud and buried him in Forest Lawn Cemetery out there in Los Angeles.
Well, I don't blame him for that.
And of course, as you mentioned, the Hampton Inn Hotel now owns it. Now, I think it's described as a bed and breakfast, but certainly you do not cook there. They don't want to get a phone call that the fire department is responding to Andy's house. The stove is in there, and everything. Have you been in it?
I haven't. I've seen pictures or videos on YouTube.
Yeah, it's all period.
Yeah.
When the Griffiths lived there. But everything in one. That's our new Airbnb. Have you seen that, April?
This?
Yeah. We only built one to see how it goes.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we'll have a full development of it.
Hey, you got good air.
Yeah, but not much for privacy, right? Now, Andy was married 3 times.
Yeah.
You're aware of that? Do you have any good juice about that? You know, a lot of private stuff about that or anything? Well, so I got to go around the building.
Who was the cars when I asked Carl? Oh, yeah, I've heard about his third wife and lived down there with Mantio.
Manio, yeah.
And,
And she still lives there.
Yeah, and then
She was 27 years younger than Andy.
Yeah.
he died, and he was in the ground that day.
Yeah, about 4.5 hours.
Mm.
He was
Kind of
buried.
fishy sounding the whole thing.
Hmm.
That was just unusual.
Well, if you knew Andy and his personality, he was very much an introvert. Didn't like crowds at all, and he wanted to be buried. Of course, he's buried there on the island on his 70 acres. That as long as you are buried within 24 hours, which he was buried in about 4 or 5. You don't have to be embalmed
Okay.
if you're on your own property. So he checked all the boxes, and he wanted to be buried before the news media found it
Yeah,
out.
that would have been a circus.
And the
wouldn't it?
helicopters and media would have been bombarded. Well, that probably happened anyway, but he had already been buried.
Yeah.
So that was the reason. Very much an introvert. I only spoke with him one time, and it was very brief at a funeral of his best friend here, Emmett Forrest. Wife Barbara passed away, and I was at the funeral because Emmett and Barbara were my neighbors for 18 years.
Oh, wow.
So I went to represent our family, and Andy and Cindy were there, and we just spoke very briefly after the funeral. And certainly it wasn't about his notoriety or anything.
Yeah.
It was just like, well, Andy, I really hate this. You're a very good friend, and it was very brief conversation.
Yeah.
Well, how have you liked the tour?
It was fun. Thank you.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to do one.
Well, if you'd like a picture beside the car.